Okay, CYPRX YouTubers, welcome back to the CYPRX YouTube page. As always, if you're interested in learning about cryptocurrencies, commodities, indices, foreign exchange, please go ahead and consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. In today's video breakdown, I'm going to give you guys an update on the technical analysis surrounding XRP, the correlation with Bitcoin, and I'm also going to read you some fundamental articles that I found interesting that I thought you guys might enjoy. So stick around for that. Make sure if this video helps you all out, you go ahead and you smash that like button. Really do appreciate it. And plus it helps boost the YouTube algorithm, pushing these videos out to more individuals like yourselves. Or if you guys are interested in the mentorship, the link is in the description down below. You guys can also follow me on Instagram. I've had a couple of people reach out to me and ask me what the Instagrams are. You guys can find those in the description down below. My only two Instagrams are Cyprus_Domenicore and the CYPRX trading Instagram is CYPRX_trading. Okay. The CYPRX trading Instagram, we post daily motivational trading pictures. All right. You guys can utilize that throughout your trading journey. So without further ado, let's get started in today's video breakdown. So here I have the XRP US dollar chart pulled up, as well as the Bitcoin US dollar chart pulled up. Some of the articles that I'm going to cover today talk about the Bitcoin correlation and Bitcoin dominance. And I want to show you guys how that is affecting the market right now. As we can see, I have a couple of points marked off on the XRP chart as well as the Bitcoin chart, and you guys can see right here that they are completely identical. Okay, so February 21st 2022, we see market makers bought XRP. Same thing. Bitcoin, we see that the market makers purchased Bitcoin during Asia session. We see the market rally. We come into New York session and we see what? We see the market make a higher high, and then the market sells off during New York session. Then the market buys again, and we see the same thing in correlation to Bitcoin, okay, where we see the market rally up into New York takes a sell into buy positions, and then they pass price action over into London. London, okay, look at this, does the same exact thing. We see a sell that leads to a buy, and then this whole entire market move, okay, again, if you guys have watched previous YouTube videos that I've posted, I told you guys that I was going to be looking to take partials from my trade entry that was right here in this area at around the 75 to 74 cent range. Okay, if you guys haven't gone and checked that video out, it is this video right here, XRP price targets, major crash warning. I literally warned you guys that a crash was coming, okay, a day or two in advance. So check this out, I'll play it for you right now. My second take profit is, this could end up to potentially be a 1 to 12 risk to reward, which would be a 12% gain on my leveraged capital. Okay, so just to show. All right, so as you guys can see, I told you that I was going to be taking profit from these areas. And as you can see on the charts, it is around 74 to 75 cents right here, where I told you guys that there was this area of consolidation, this upward trend line, and then the market came and liquidated those positions. So I'll go ahead and get rid of that. And we can see here the correlation to where I took profit at. Right here, this is where I told you guys I was going to be taking profit from, and in the previous YouTube video, I told you that this is where the market could potentially sell off from. Guys, look at the accuracy, okay? Again, proving to you guys that the proof is in the pudding via technical analysis, and I'm not sitting here popping smoke to you guys, giving you guys these bullish YouTube videos on XRP every single day. All right. So, just to capitalize on some market movements that I've put out onto the YouTube page, you guys could have capitalized on some potential sell positions on leveraged accounts. Again, this isn't investing advice, and nothing that I give here is investing advice. I just teach you guys what it is that I do. So this risk to reward ratio for me was a 1 to 12. I capitalized on all of that profit. I took profit at around 74.5 cents, and then the market completely reversed and crashed, just like I told you guys it would on YouTube. I posted this on February 22nd, so that was yesterday. All right. So I hope that anybody that capitalized on that, you guys smash that like button, and you guys really do subscribe to the YouTube channel. And you know that I'm not just sitting here popping smoke to everybody on YouTube like everybody else. All right. So that was the technical analysis aspect of this. And you guys know that my overall bearish target was 68 cents. We could potentially see that come into fruition during this Asia session. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, obviously, of course, if this level holds, we could potentially see the market rally from this low. You guys know that overall, I am bearish on XRP. And what do I mean by that? I think that XRP needs to come and take out the lows at around, let's just say, 60 to 55 cents before we do rally and see a market move higher. Okay, but we can potentially see that happen. Let's just pay attention to price action in the next couple of days. I'll give you guys an update. If we do hold above the 68-cent region, as you guys can see, we had a nice rally and push away from this level. So if we do dip beneath this level and return back to the 68-cent region and hold above that, we could see a market move higher into potentially 80 cents, which would be the first significant level that we need to break above to see any price action come into fruition for a potential dollar target region. Okay. You guys have my bearish targets. Obviously, of course, you can go watch those previous videos. Let's move on to the fundamental aspect of this video. So I have these two articles from Reuters that I want to read to you guys. This one reads, 80% of Russia's forces around Ukraine in an attack position, U.S. officials say. I highlighted a couple of things for you guys. Washington, February 23rd, Reuters, Russian President Vladimir Putin has 80% of his troops, has 80% of his troops assembled. What is going on? There's pop-ups on this. Okay, that's not cool. Has 80% of his troops assembled in a position to launch a full-scale invasion on Ukraine, and senior U.S. defense officials said on Wednesday. So obviously, of course, this put a risk-off sentiment in the market, and you saw a lot of the safe haven currencies pick up, like gold, as well as the Japanese yen, and all of the other things and assets kind of fall off the face of the earth. The S&P 500, stocks, things of that nature, right? Cryptocurrencies. Okay, people were taking their money out of those assets and putting them into safe havens. We see here they have advanced their readiness to a point where they are literally ready to go now if they get the order, officials said, without providing evidence to support their assertion. The United States has assessed that more than 150,000 Russian forces are assembled around Ukraine. The senior U.S. official said that Russian troops had taken ready positions with some as little as 5 kilometers, 3 miles away from the Ukraine's border. Okay, so obviously, of course, this is going to cause fear across the market, and people are going to put their, positions into safe haven currencies. Okay, moving on, here's another Reuters article that I found in correlation with the one that I just read to you all, and it reads, Wall Street extends sell-off on Ukraine worries. Okay, scrolling down, why is Reuters being so glitchy? That's odd. All right, anyways, New York, February 23rd, Reuters, Wall Street's major index ended sharply lower on Wednesday, extended their recent rout as Ukraine declared a state of emergency, and the U.S. State Department said a Russian invasion of Ukraine remains potentially imminent. So we see here, key phrases, this is what everybody's afraid of right now in the market. Russian invasion of Ukraine remains potentially imminent. I'm going to recommend a book to you guys. It's called The World Order by Ray Dalio. I highly suggest you read that. It teaches about the global economy and why market shifts like this happen when there's fear involved in the market surrounding war. Okay. So continuing this article, the State Department added that Washington has not seen any indication of Russians backing away, while the White House and President Joe Biden has no intention of sending U.S. troops to fight in Ukraine. So that is interesting to say the least. Thank God I'm out of the military now. I was in the Army about 4 years ago, and I served for 5.5 years. However, I would not want to fight in a war against Russia. That would completely suck. God bless whoever does have to do that if, again, we do go to war with Russia. In my personal opinion, that would completely suck and blow a devastating impact into the markets. Okay, moving on to this article right here. I thought that this was interesting because this is, again, the divergence in the market that we are potentially seeing. I told you guys in the previous video to pay attention to the interest rates that are coming out in March. We see them coming out on the 15th, 16th, and 17th of March. We see interest rates for the Great British Pound. We see the Bank of England. We see interest rates for the Federal Reserve, and we also see interest rates for the Bank of Japan. So be mindful of that. And we see here, this reads, this is also from Cointelegraph.com. Hedge fund report says Bitcoin prices at a relative inexpensive place. Okay. Reading down here, we see here, there has been a lot of focus on the performance of the stock and cryptocurrency markets over the past year or two, as trillions of dollars that have been printed into existence since the start of the COVID pandemic have driven new all-time highs. But analysts are now increasingly surrounding the alarm over warning signs coming from the debt market. Despite holding interest rates at record low levels, the crack in the system has become more prominent as yields for U.S. Treasury bonds have been rising dramatically, according to the market analyst Dylan LeClaire, okay? Hopefully I didn't butcher that, who posted the following chart showing the rise. Scrolling down here, I have another couple of things highlighted for you guys. We see here the declines in the crypto market have thus far been highly correlated with the traditional markets, as noted by Pantera Capital. But that could soon change as crypto trends tend to be correlated with them for a period of roughly 70 days. So a bit over 2 months, and then it begins to break its correlation. This is what I thought was very interesting, again, because we see here the markets are heavily correlated to the global economic perspective right now. We see stock sell-off, we see crypto sell-off, right? But if that correlation breaks, And we also have that correlation with the potential altcoin rally that we're looking and seeking to find, right? For the majority of individuals that are invested in cryptocurrencies right now. That could potentially happen. So this is good news for us, okay? So we see here, and so we think over the next number of weeks, crypto is basically going to decouple from the traditional markets and begin to trade on its own again. So what I personally think is going to happen is we're going to see that sell-off that I'm talking about sometime in March and April, and then after that, the cryptocurrency markets are going to decouple and it's going to break its correlation. And I think that the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England, Bank of Japan, all the major banks, they know exactly what they're doing. They're going to utilize their interest rate hikes to, liquidate early buy positions. Again, that quote unquote buy in the dip, to liquidate early buyers, to push the crypto markets down, to push the stock markets down, to then again rise from the ashes. Okay, again, this isn't investing advice. That's just my personal opinion. Let's see how things play out. I've been right in the majority of the cryptocurrency videos that I've posted this far. You guys can believe me or not. It's up to you, and it is up to your discretion whether or not to invest in these markets. Obviously, of course. Okay, so we see here, again, ending this article for you all, we see rising rates will be good for Bitcoin. Okay, so this article, I found a divergence in the fundamental that came out. Why? Because the majority of people that trade stocks, trade cryptocurrencies, think that rising interest rates is going to lower prices, okay, of cryptocurrency markets. But if we see that it breaks its correlation, then it's going to be good, okay? It's going to be good for Bitcoin. It's going to be good for altcoins, okay? So let's be mindful of that. Again, I gave you guys the dates to be mindful of. That is March 15th through the 8th. Let's just say March 15th through the 18th to be safe, okay? And then this is the last article that I have for you guys from Cointelegraph.com. We see Terra avoids Ukraine concerns, rallying 18% in 3 days. Can Luna price reach 200 next? So the reason why I'm reading this for you guys is because although there is a scare across the cryptocurrency markets right now because of the war with Russia and Ukraine, don't lose faith. Okay, don't lose faith. Just because there's a global economic crisis doesn't mean that certain altcoins cannot rally, okay? You see here, scrolling in this article, Terra Luna has fared better than its top crypto rivals when it comes to withstanding the negative market impacts of the ongoing Ukraine-Russian conflict, okay? So we can still see altcoins rally even though there is a devastating impact amongst the global economic perspective right now, all right? So I hope that this video breakdown helped you all out. Blessings to you guys all. As always, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. I've given you guys my bullish and bearish targets for XRP. You guys know that, overall, I'm looking for further downside movement on XRP before we do see the all-time high come into fruition. Now, that's not to say that that could potentially happen now or later. However, I do think that there's going to be some type of black swan event. There's going to be some type of, impactful fundamental news input in the market that pushes price of XRP lower and puts fear into the hearts of investors. And that is just, in my opinion, a manipulation move to come and overall clear out the liquidity that lies beneath these lows here. Okay, so let's be mindful of this area. Let's see how price reacts to where we are at right now. If we hold above the 68-cent region, we could see a potential reversal up into potentially 80 cents to $1. That would be nice to see. I would be looking to take some profits there, some partials. Okay, we could also see a liquidations of these lows from people who have sell stops beneath these lows and leveraged buy positions. So let's be mindful if we do get a nice wick beneath this low and then a rejection higher. Blessings to you guys all. As always, be cognizant, be aware, and I will see you guys in the next video breakdown. Everybody take it easy.